Hello, ladies and gents, to this very hastily put together, not very well thought through excuse for a Let's Play, or indeed a series of Let's Plays. If you didn't hear, yesterday the Pokémon Company announced the end of service for Pokémon Bank. Now, I get a lot of fear from that, because there's a whole lot I haven't done in the Pokemon franchise that I want to do, and a lot of that is putting a lot of Pokemon into Pokemon Home from these old games. So what the next kind of saga of this channel is going to be a whole lot of playing different Pokemon games, catching as many Pokemon as possible, and going like that. I wish it was more calm. We only have 6 months, and to be fair, emphasis on the only, that 6 months is going to fly by just as much as the last 3 years have. So, 3 years ago, they made Pokémon Bank 3, and that kind of signaled, okay, we're not going to have this forever. However, my ADHD ass can't do anything without a solid deadline, and now we have a solid deadline. So, we're going to start with Pokemon Ruby, work our way up through Gen 3, then Gen 4, then Gen 5, then Gen 6, then probably Gen 1 and 2, then Gen 7. And it's probably going to take a while, and who knows, I might not manage to do any of it. It could very well happen that, like, I get a bit through this, and then I'm completely overwhelmed by the weight of it all, and then I stop. And that has to be fine. I can't set the expectation on myself I'm gonna play hundreds and hundreds of hours in the next 6 months. But I can start, right? I can start the project. I can do what I can, and we'll just see where it takes me. No fancy editing on this. Not that the editing on the Pokemon Platinum series was fancy at all. Basically, what I'm saying is no editing on this. Is that 9:49? My goodness, my brain is so cooked, I've forgot how to set an analog clock. You may be saying to yourself, oh, we just did this. We were just here for the Discord Wars Archipelago. And yeah, that's true. We just played through Pokemon Emerald for Discord Wars, but that was an Archipelago randomizer, so it's slightly different. But look, I had a choice. The choices were basically start in Gen 3, where kind of the ecosystem of what you can send starts, or start in Gen 1. And you know what? I love Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. Love them to bits. I just don't think that would have been as good a start for this project for me and Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So this is also probably going to include Colosseum and XD. I haven't really come to a full decision on stuff like that, but there's plenty to do. First of all, I kind of want to get just a living dex going in all of these games, so that'll be kind of a first goal. And I mean, first goal, it's a lofty goal, right? That is a big goal, but we'll start there, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. My ID number ends in a 9, so that means I'm going to pick Mudkip. If it had ended in 1, 2, 3, it would have been Trico. If it had ended in 4, 5, 6, it would have been Torchic. I've stolen that from Mariland to avoid having to make decisions. Yeah, a lot of this will be kind of on the fly, sort of working out how I do things, because thinking about things in advance makes me panic. It gets me overwhelmed. I'm not about that. I'm just gonna play this as it goes. So we don't get access to trading until we have the Pokédex, is what I gather. Trading is going to be important to this early game because I want living dex, and you know that means catching a lot of starter Pokemon, and well, not catching, getting a lot of starter Pokemon and having them traded to me. So something I have forgot to set up is the nicknamer. I'm setting up the nicknamer quickly now. This is a male Mudkip. So let me switch over to my other layout. Here we are, random name generator. We want a masculine first name, because we're all about the gender binary here. I lie, but it's a useful enough way to determine nicknames. Nicknames don't really matter, but it's fine. Mudkip's nickname will be Cormac. I am fine with that. Our first Pokemon of this grand adventure. Cormac. Frankly, we're going to lose many hours just to the idea of nicknaming all of our Pokemon throughout this, but that's fine. I do like nicknaming my Pokemon. We don't get Pokeballs yet, I don't think. We certainly don't have any. We can't catch anything. Can't run. Let me check the options. Change attack speed to fast. I'm gonna keep Battle Scene on just because I like it. I'm sorry. Gonna switch sound to stereo. Button mode normal. Frame. I don't think my yeah, frame 12 works. I think that might be what I tend to use normally. We're just gonna go for it. I don't like using speed up. I'm not gonna use speed up. Again, that's many hours added on. Oh well, I don't need to heal while I'm going in here. For the most part, a lot of this will be just kind of speeding through the games. I'm not gonna be chatting to unnecessary NPCs for world building purposes. I'm not gonna be reading all the text. It's just pretty darn simple. Do I go into the mark? Can I get Pokeballs yet? Because I can start catching Mons. Nope. I don't think I get access to Pokeballs until I get access to the Pokedex. So, that's fine. One thing's for sure, I think I prefer the fonts in Emerald to Ruby Sapphire. But oh well. The reason I'm playing Ruby and not Emerald is because, I mean, no matter which one you choose, you can't catch all of the Pokemon, but you can get all of them between Ruby Sapphire, I believe. I don't think you can get all of them between Emerald and Ruby or Sapphire. So I'm just going to play through Ruby and Sapphire. Sapphire even quicker than Ruby, I imagine, just to get the version exclusives. But yeah, that's kind of a problem for future me. Problem for present me is killing this Trico to death. That'll do it. That'll do it. Nice. Level 6 on Mudkip. And we get Mudslap. Level 7 on Mudkip. I may not always use the nicknames. I'm not gonna, you know, try to be consistent about that. I'm not gonna hold myself to one or the other. Both are correct. It is a Mudkip. Oh, also I have retro achievements on. Can't really... Might as well get some achievements at the same time. Convention for me is having my strongest moves at the top. So I reshuffle my moves whenever I get a new move. I don't like having them just willy-nilly wherever. Quickly heal. Yeah, I'm hurrying as quick as I can without having running shoes. Ow. So, I'm going to try to do everything kind of as legitimate as possible. What this means is I'm not going to, like, cheat stuff in unless it's really, really necessary for, like, events, I guess. Because, like, when it comes to Ho-Oh and Lugia in Emerald and things like that, they're important enough for me to go for, but, like, we do not live in the world where those distributions still exist, and I only have so long to get the Pokemon into the into home. So normally I wouldn't do that, but frankly the time crunch of it all, thank you for running shoes, the time crunch of it all has me doing things I wouldn't normally do. I'm certainly not going to cheat or do anything that makes things more convenient for me. Okay, so now we have the Pokédex. And we have our starter. Okay. I need to set up... So... I'm going to set up a Bulbapedia tab on my left screen, just to make sure I'm keeping track of everything correctly. Other Pokemon wiki websites are available, but stuff like odds is just going to be useful to have up for this. So oh, did not mean to click that. So on Route 101 in this game, you can catch Poochyena, Zigzagoon, Wurmple. So I'm going to grab those here. Does one tackle kill this Wurmple? I know your level... Okay, no, it doesn't. Cool. Did I get Pokeballs? What? Yes, I did get Pokeballs, right. I'm going to throw this. But my one worry about having a Bulbapedia tab up is when I switch over to the nickname screen, choosing my nicknames, is it going to be, like, weird about it? Using the spikes on its rear end, Wurmple peels the bark off trees and feeds on the sap that oozes out. This Pokemon's feet are tipped with suction pads that allow it to cling to glass without slipping. Yes, nickname. Bring up the nickname screen. Okay, this is a feminine nickname, Saba. S-A-B-A-H. And Wurmple is immediately going to go into the PC. We have some things to do here. So, going to change the name of this from box 2 to Dex 1. So, this box onwards will be where we keep our Pokédex in Pokédex order. Wurmple's number 14. That's 12 times 6 plus 2. That goes here. And as this fills up, it will be very satisfying. Yeah, I heal. Might as well. Yeah, some of the quality of life features from the archipelago are going to be sorely missed, like being able to run in buildings. Let me be a bit uncouth, you know? That's another Wurmple. I know almost for a fact that Cascoon and Silcoon, Wurmple's evolutions, are available later on in the game in Petalburg Forest. I'm just gonna, as a matter of course, go to Bulbapedia to check that. Because if a Pokemon's evolutions aren't available to catch later in the game, I'm gonna catch a second one. I'm gonna catch a second one anyways. Actually. Because I need Pokemon to trade for the other starters that I'm gonna need for my living decks. So any second copy of a Pokemon gonna go towards that. Nice, caught. And yeah, we're gonna go through the whole nicknaming process with all of these. Oh well. Unfortunately, it's a bit inconvenient for me to switch screens so much. Right. Feminine name, Mizuki. M-I-Z-U-K-I. Oh, I. Mizuki. And I'm gonna put that in the box immediately. So another convention of mine is I don't like ever having Pokemon that aren't like part of my main team in my team. That's going to take the Trico spot for now. And once I trade, that will be Trico instead of a Wurmple. And you're going to see me play through the start of this game a few times, get everything, but that's fine. Okay, Wurmple. We've established we don't need one for Silcoon or Cascoon. So this will be another capture, this time for Grovyle. I could just move over Pokemon with PKX. Not going to. I'm going to go through the trade thing, because that's the more proper way of doing it. With a nickname to Wurmple? Yes. Right, we want a masculine nickname for this one. This one will be called Blastomir. Very powerful name indeed. Blastomir. Yep, spelling checks out. Put Blastomir in Grovyle's spot. Of course, if we get a female starter Pokemon, we don't really need 3, because we can just breed one later on in the game. Once we get to Route 1, 112, 113, something like that. Easter Moorville. Zigzagoon, we haven't got one of these yet, so this will be a straight capture. And add to the decks. I don't really want to tackle again in case that's a roll, so I'll mud slap. Yeah, that'll work nice. So yeah, this isn't going to be a very polished series due to the time crunch of it all. It can't be, that's fine. If I want to do a more polished series, maybe I'll do that in a few years' time. That's fine. Zigzagoon restlessly wanders everywhere at all times. This Pokemon does so because it is very curious. It becomes interested in anything that it happens to see. With a nickname? Yes. Right, I want a female nickname. I'm gonna go with Severina. That is S-E-V-E-R. Ina, ready to sever your limbs whenever it likes. That's how curious it is. Yeah, the aim is to basically, at the very least, do this in a systematic way, even if not particularly organised. This is 12, goes here. It's number 12 in the decks. How many Pokeballs do we have left? 2? Another Wurmple, so this will go in Sceptile's place. This entire time, Mudkip is not getting, oh no, just one Pokeball left. Not getting any experience, but that's fine. There we are. Give a nickname? Yes. I need a masculine name this time, I believe. Yep. Samo. Nice and short. You may ask, why are you nicknaming every Pokemon? You're going to catch so many Pokemon. And you may ask, why are you, what was it? What? I had something in mind. Why are you using a random name generator? That's not very whimsical, and I say it tickles a part of my brain, so I'm going to do it. Sorry. I like the idea of sending out a Pokemon called Bob and telling it to use an earthquake, you know? Real life... I like dogs with real life names. It's a thing, it's fun for me. I'm an idiot. Okay, I could have at least let Mudkip get some experience. Need to buy some more Pokeballs. Hello. Give me 10 Pokeballs and maybe a Premier Ball. Thank you. Quickly heal. Yeah, a lot of these Wurmple I'm catching will probably end up in abandoned save files, which is sad, but it's how it is. It's how it's meant to be. So Zigzagoon, we've already caught one, but do we need an extra Linoon? No. Oh no, I'm on the wrong thing. Never mind me. Do we need an extra Linoon? No, we can catch Linoon later. Do we need an extra Zigzagoon so we can evolve it into Linoon? No, we can get a Linoon later into the game. That's fine. So this will be Torchic's Zigzagoon. As in, this will be the Zigzagoon we trade for Torchic. Give a nickname? Yes, please. Masculine nickname. We're going to go with I'm really sure we don't have that A, so let's regenerate. Callan. Callan. Or maybe Callan? Callan, I think. Oh. Okay, maybe two in a go. That's fine. Another Wurmple. Nice. I think we've got everything in one Pokeball so far, which is good. Nickname, yes. This is a female Wurmple. Sigihild. Okay. That is Sigihild. Okay, so both of these are going to be starter placeholders for now. Next up, another Wurmple. Nickname, always. This is a female Wurmple. Tisiphone. Or, more likely, Tisiphone. Here, sit, for, eat. And I know this dex looks ridiculous, but give it time. Give it time. It'll be fine in the end. Okay, 3 more placeholders to catch. Nice catch. Female Wurmple. Name Matty. Two more placeholders left, and then we'll be done with this route. There is a certain Pokemon here that we haven't seen yet, but that's fine. Or we'll see it eventually. Oh! How dare you. How very well dare you. There we go, we all kneel in the end. Nickname, yes. Feminine name? Mitra. Very similar to the last name. Yeah. Mitra. Wrong button, although if I went through with it, that would have done the same thing anyways. There's a lot of Wurmple I'm finding. In theory, Wurmple and Zigzagoon should be the same rate of encounters. So, bit odd. Very Wurmple filled. Indeed, another Wurmple here. Nice. We want a masculine name. Ordwin. Ordwin. I may be pronouncing none of these correctly, but oh well. But I don't think it's Ordoin. Just sounds a bit dumb. That's the last of the placeholder Pokemon we need. Now there is one more Pokemon we need to find on this route before I'm happy with moving on. Until then, I suppose we're going to let Mudkip kill everything. Get some experience. Actually, wait a sec. Sorry, something's occurred to me. This is silly in retrospect. This is a silly rule to apply when you've forgotten about the rule. I'm gonna do it anyways. When I play through these games, I like to have in my team the first Pokemon I catch that doesn't share a type with my starter. In this case, I believe that's Saba. I think it was Saba. I'm fairly sure it was Saba. So you know what? Saba's going to join my team. I'll catch a different Wurmple to hold the Wurmple slot. No, none of the placeholder Wurmple get promoted. And Wurmple is going to be Sab of a Wurmple is going to be the second member of my team. And that's fine. Am I going to keep Sabba out against this Wurmple that's the same level? No. I don't want Sabba to die. I don't want to risk it. So, probably going to be switch training for a bit. And that's perfect when we're hunting for a Pokemon that refuses to turn up. So this is the Wurmple that's going to get the Wurmple slot in my decks now. If it will get in a ball, that is. Oh wow, this is mad. A third ball's the charm. Wow. Rude. End this Premier Ball or you're dead. That's the choice here. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the choice. That's what's at stake. It knows what to do. Right. I want a masculine name. Melvin. Okay, fine. Melvin. It's also just a good idea to catch Silcoon and Cascoon separately because you don't know what each Wurmple is going to turn into. Because its evolution is basically random, based on personality values or something. But you can't see those in the game, but it's basically random. I'm not going to open up the save in PKX to find out which it is. Yeah, it's random, basically. And now, oh, I need to get more Pokeballs, actually. It's good we did not run into the Pokemon we're looking for, given we do not have Pokeballs right now. I don't think I can even get 10 more Pokeballs. But, yeah, I don't have the money. What an odd thing. I can get 6 more. Was it worth going to fight some trainers so I could get a Premier Ball as well? Maybe. Oh well. I quickly heal. Level 3. Let me quickly check Wurmple's moveset. Tackle and String Shot in the right order. Nature, Modest. I don't remember what that does, and I don't think there's any indicator in this screen either. My Mudkip is quirky. Another Zigzagoon. So you may be wondering, why don't you just Ditto them? Why don't you just go to the daycare and use a Ditto with your starter to get more of a starter? And the answer is, Ditto's a late game Pokemon in Emerald. It's a bit difficult to get a hold of. This may genuinely be quicker. As in, I think it's a post-game Pokemon in Emerald, actually. I don't think you can get it without beating a champion. I'm gonna quickly heal up. Yeah, this 10% is giving me trouble. Goodness knows how I'm going to manage Rolts. I don't want to think about Rolts. The Zigzagoon. I'll be level 4 for Wurmple and level 8 for Mudkip. Now Wurmple should be able to start kind of holding its own, hopefully. Oh dear, maybe not. Wurmple, not a great Pokemon. Will admit. I think we just about win this. Nice. Nicely done, Wurmple. Big chunk of experience. However, it does mean I'm going to be healing frequently. I said we'd be speeding through. I lied. I didn't lie, but the hope for speed might not be well realized. Nicely done, Saba. Almost level 5. If you missed the Discord Wars Pokemon Emerald Archipelago thing, we basically steamrolled the entire game with a wall rain. Not really going to be possible to one Mon, you know, the vanilla game. That's fine. We're not a poison type yet, so it doesn't get stabbed. Either way, tackle's probably better for us at this point. I don't like relying on inflicting poison because I don't like the idea that the enemy Pokemon is even going to be around that long. Take substantial damage from it. Oh, missed. That's not good. I'm starting to wonder if the Pokemon I'm looking for is even here. Nice. Another Zigzagoon. Okay, back to it. Another Wurmple. Another Wurmple. I think it is actually quite unlikely that we get to this point without having seen the Pokemon we're looking for. I think I'm just a bit unlucky. And it's fine. You're gonna get unlucky. Particularly over the course of this series. With how many things you can get unlucky with in this series. So that's fine. That's level 6 for Wurmple. Another Zigzagoon. Another Zigzagoon going on all-out offense. As an Oranberry? That's not very fun. Oh, and crits. Okay, sorry Wurmple, that's the first feint of the series. And it isn't a Nuzlocke. I'm still not very happy with it. I don't like my Pokemon being fainted. But at least it isn't a Nuzlocke, you know, count your blessings. Go heal up Wurmple. I don't really have any set idea of even how long these videos will be, because I don't have much of a sense for like how long they should be, how long I'm going to need to do all the things that I want to do before that deadline in February 2027. A lot of it will be vibes, a lot of it will be how I'm feeling at that moment. If I have a really bad hunt, I might end the episode earlier than if I have a good hunt. Who knows? In a way, isn't that more organic in streaming and making videos than keeping to a 20-30 minute hour runtime like it's a television show? Maybe. I'm not going to make judgment calls, but yeah, I mean, I've put a bit of thought as to what I want to get out of the series. I haven't put much thought as to what I want the recording side to be. When I say what I want out of the series, I mean what I want out of my gameplay. Like what I want out of... what I want when I'm finished with the games, in the games. Because, yeah, these videos aren't content forward. Like, I'm not playing this for content, I'm playing this. And, you know, I'm recording it, I'm recording my thoughts alongside. And that's fine. But I'm not doing this series because, like, oh, I've got to pump out a YouTube video. No. I refuse to make content like that. I refuse to be a content farm. And yeah, sure, I might not get very many views. That's fine. It doesn't weigh on my mind as much as it used to when I ran a Twitch channel. YouTube's a bit more passive. But yeah. Can't believe we haven't found this Pokemon yet. Almost an hour in and I haven't even gotten to my second save file. Goodness, within this video I'm probably going to have to work out how to trade between instances of the emulator. I haven't actually worked that out yet. I might need to import into a different emulator to do it. That'll be interesting. You know what, you're going to see me work it out almost in real time. I'm probably going to cut when I'm not actually playing a game. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, a bit of backstory for this series is also that I ostensibly helped create and run a level 7. So let's continue that thought in a moment. Is that Cascoon or Silcoon? I can't tell. I don't remember the spike layout. I think Cascoon. Yeah, that's a Silcoon. Okay. Cool. We're gonna be playing with Beautifly. Yeah, that's still the order I want. Yeah, a bit of backstory. I ostensibly helped create and run a challenge called the Master Dex Challenge for, I want to say, almost 10 years. Goodness me. And it's a challenge run, founded, and run for the most part by Bird Keeper Toby, now Lore Keeper Toby. If you're familiar with his channel, if you're not familiar, go check it out. Pretty cool. Not always my bag, but it's cool, certainly, if you're a Pokemon fan. And it's this massive collection challenge of getting a whole living dex and then a bunch of Pokemon from throughout the franchise in kind of the coolest possible way, or most complicated, or most difficult. Just kind of noteworthy ways. And I tried to start that challenge, I want to say 4 or 5 times. At various points. Some of them are documented on old YouTube channels. I think they're all unlisted now. And I suppose this is because of the looming deadline. This is going to be my big push. Can't really afford to procrastinate this anymore, because in 6 months I'm not going to be able to do it, and that FOMO kills me. Yeah, kind of. There we are, there we have it. My goodness, we still haven't found this Pokemon. I'm starting to wonder if the chart I'm looking at is wrong. But I've had Pokemon evade me for longer, so that's fine. It's kind of a tradition. I once spent, I think, 30-minute episodes just hunting for a Dreadnought in Dynamax Adventures in Sword and Shield, Crown Tundra. That was mad. Did not find one Dreadnought the entire time. I was only looking for that Dreadnought. I thought it would. There were other ways to get the Dreadnought. I chose that way because I thought, oh, no, it can't take that long. And I kept with it, and I never did find that Dreadnought. Hopefully we do find the Pokemon we're looking for on Route 101 in Pokemon Ruby, though. If it manages to evade me for 20 hours, I might get a bit pissed. There we are. It's about time. Please don't one-hit knockout. Okay, that. I'm not going to use Tackle again because I'm scared it will be a roll. I'm going to use Poison Sting and hope it doesn't poison. Okay, cool. Now, throw a Pokeball. There we go. So the Pokemon we were looking for was Poochyena. 10% encounter rate on this route, although you wouldn't know it by looking at that footage. At first sight, Poochyena takes a bite at anything that moves. This Pokemon chases after prey until the victim becomes exhausted. However, it may turn tail if the prey strikes back. Yes, we want to give it a nickname. The female Poochyena. Feminine nickname. Julija. Fairly sure that's an L. Julija. Okay. J. U. Lie. Oh. If only we could find another Poochyena that quick. But I do need to check something quick. So, as with the other Pokemon, I'm going to check if we catch the evolution somewhere. And no, you can't in Ruby and Sapphire. Oh, yes. Before we move on, we're going to catch another Poochyena. So later on we can evolve it. Because again, goal is living dex here, so that when I move the Pokemon forward, it fills out the Pokedex in those games as well. Poochyena is dex number 10, so it goes here. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take another hour to find another one. That would be unfortunate and sad. Hey, at least we don't need to suffer through Saba being a Silcoon in like trainer battles. We might get through the entire phase of it being a Silcoon in Route 101, which, you know, that would be nice, I guess. I could do some editing of the videos, you know, once I'm done recording them before they go out. Like, cut out these bits or speed up these bits, but I'd quite like a full duration. I like the duration of the playlists to be like the duration I actually spend playing. Sorry, I'm weird like that, I guess. So, yeah, it's just gonna be ×1 speed, no cuts. Another heal. The interesting thing, in Emerald, the encounter rates of Poochyena and Zigzagoon on this route are reversed. So we'd be having a lot of trouble finding Zigzagoon if we were in Emerald. What a world that would be indeed. Instead we're out here trying to find a Poochyena. And missing our tackles. Sorry for wire noises, I'm trying to rearrange the wire. Oh, that... Sorry, I hit the mic with my controller. I'm very sorry if that hurt. That was not very nice of me. Okay, both Pokemon are at level 8. Another Zigzagoon. It feels like Silcoon has a really low base accuracy, and I'm not entirely... Well, I'm fairly sure that's not even a thing. It would be a debilitating stat. There's a second Poochyena. Glad that didn't take us another 2 hours. I mean, another hour. Take us to 2 hours. Okay. Wouldn't it be annoying if now I didn't catch it in one ball? Oh no, that'll last a few turns of poison. Nice first ball. Give a nickname? Yes. This is a male Poochyena. Want a male nickname? Poochyena will be called... We might have Vatty. I'm gonna check. Off screen. No, I don't think we have Vatty, even though that is the E with an accent in Pokemon. Do not have that in our type keyboard. So Poochyena will be called Udai, which is a pretty funny name for a Pokemon. For reasons. Oh, Poochyena's gonna... Yep. So my Tiana is number 11. So it's gonna go here. They're both level 2, so no reason to really swap them around. Okay. Then I suppose it's time to save the game. And now what we need to do is we need to swap the Pokemon Sapphire and get ready to trade some starter Pokemon back here. So I'm going to pause the recording, and when you next see me, I'm going to have Sapphire set up. And we're going to play through a bit of that, get a starter. And then we're going to do that 9 times. Oh well. Dynamo. And we're back with Pokemon Sapphire. So we're going to speed through all of this. Again, the goal with Pokemon Sapphire, goal with these Pokemon Sapphire save files is going to be get a whole bunch of starters and then trade them over to Ruby. And you're basically going to see me do the same thing. That's probably going to take like 20 minutes to do 9 times. God, that's going to take a while. I hadn't really thought of that. Oh well. We'll see how it goes. I am wondering if I should name this series Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I think I'll just go with Pokemon Ruby for now. It really depends on how I want to structure Pokemon Sapphire going forward. Am I going to lurch forward whenever I get to a point with a version exclusive? Or not? Am I just using it now to get the first partner Pokemon? Not sure. Clock is stopped. I did take a quick break between segments just to fetch some drink and food. So you may notice it is not the correct time you might assume it to be if you've been following the exact timings, if you've been running a stopwatch or something. Don't do that, because you will be disappointed. Do I need the potion? No. Do I need to set the attack speed to fast? Yes. Oh, pardon, hiccup. Maybe I shouldn't have wolfed down that yogurt. I could get back here and play more of the game. I haven't worked out how to do the whole trading business yet. That will be after this segment, once I'm prepared in this save file to trade. Okay, ID number is 6, so we are going for Torchic in this save file. Yeah, a lot of this, I probably won't have much to say. A lot of this will be just kind of feeding through. Yes, I want to give a nickname. Masculine name. Eckhart. No, it's a chick, so I could name it Eckhart, but no, I'll go with how it's written. Eckhart. The Torchic. Okay, next step will be to beat May, because we need the Pokedex. We only get after we beat May. Of course, we're back to not being able to run. Humming and ahhing about whether I want to heal. Well, if you're humming and ahhing about it, it's probably worth healing. Or at least, if you're humming and ahhing about it, probably could have healed in that time scene as well anyways. Route 103. Bingull, we haven't seen one of these yet. We'll catch one of these after we're done with all the first partner shenanigans. Oh, you have water gun already? That's not very fair. I don't even, need to fight wild Pokemon. I don't even need... Actually, I do need to fight. I do need to beat May. I think it just sends you back if you lose to May. I guess it is kind of important that you actually win, just so you don't waste your time, but... Oh well. Oh, now I can find a Poochene. Can we do it? Yeah, we picked up the potion. Might as well use it. Ooh, that's done. Level 7. And focus energy. got another achievement. That's the first time we've done that in Sapphire. I don't need... Oh, whatever. We will heal. We will heal. Okay, we now have the Pokédex. We should, in theory, be able to trade. We just need to catch a second Pokemon to be able to trade. Getting these Pokeballs should help. I'm not sure getting running shoes actually saves time compared to how long this dialogue is, but good to get, I suppose. We do need to catch a Pokemon. The nickname, yes. Email, Hoenn. We get the name Anthea. Oh. And now we're ready to trade. I'm going to save the game. Apparently that took 11 minutes. It felt like a bit longer. And when I cut back, I'm going to have figured out how to actually trade between emulators. Because I don't know yet. So this will be fun. So see you in a mo. Hopefully it's just a mo. Hopefully it's not like hours. Okay. Okay, I think I've got stuff set up. I'm now using MGBA for this. You're not going to hear game sound, I don't think, and you might hear the sound of me using my keyboard as a controller. Because frankly, I don't want to set everything you would need to up for this. Oh, the Z button is B. That is unusual for keyboard controls on a emulator, I feel. Okay, so first task is get. Torchic is this Zigzagoon. Get you out. Then we need to go into the trade room, which I take it is you. Cable Club Trade Center. Yes. Save. Overwrite. Do the same. You don't need to pick up a Pokemon from D. Save the game. So hopefully this should all be set up right. Heck yeah. Start language players. Enter. I think this is my first time doing anything. Oh goodness. Yeah. Anything multiplayer related in Gen 3. Okay, so I want to swap Callan with Eckhart. Yeah, the trade's okay with me and he, or we are the same person. And just like that, we have Eckhart for Torchic in our main profile. Just trying to think what requires the least setups. That would probably be cancel. And that would probably be to put Eckhart in the here on MGPA, and then starting the next Sapphire playthrough. And just like that, we also have trainer card data from that, which is why I didn't want to just move the Pokemon with PK hacks. Okay, Torchic lives here now, at least for the foreseeable future. Okay, close box. I want to save here. You know, I think both will be saved now anyways. Well, leave one here just in case. Not really making a difference. And now the next thing you see will be me back to Pokemon Sapphire. Oh, I'm looking. It does look like it has sound. I'm gonna put my headphones on because I can't actually hear the sound. It could just be. Yeah, no. There is game sound. It's just quite quiet for some reason. That's fine. That's fun. Right, next thing you see is going to be me having swapped the Pokemon Sapphire for the next starter. Okay, and we're back with our second Sapphire profile. For some save file shenanigans from that break there, I just had to make sure things were working. BizHawk and MGBA use slightly different formats for save files. A bit annoying, to be honest with you. But this is now a new file. We get another starter to trade over to our main file. Let's just save the whole workflow over how it's going to work. Take a bit of getting used to. And frustrating, but oh well. It has to be done. It has to be done. Three. 4 now. Very almost midnight here. Who's our starter going to be this time? Ends with a 0 and then a 7. So this will be a Mudkip. Ignore the zeros. And we'll go by this convention until we have all of one, and then we might have to switch it up a bit. Need to turn on plastic. Yes, nickname would be good. Switch over. Masculine name, Mudkip. Alianus. Is that going to cause an issue when I move my Pokemon up? I think, at worst, it re-nicknames your Pokemon to its species name. So I'm gonna try that nickname anyways. Because, frankly, I can't be bothered to get a workflow that checks all of the nicknames against the banned word list. Just can't be bothered. That's what I would have to do. So, yeah, Alianus. I do have the hardware to get the trades to work. I have a GBA SP and a Nintendo DS. I think you can connect those up. I don't know how to do this. But I do like to record in good quality and not like a camera pointed at a desk. Believe me, I've been there, I've had to do that, and I don't like doing it. Level 6. Yeah, it's slapping. Might as well get an order, even if it's Pokemon I don't intend on using. heal before fighting A. Frankly, I'm not confident with HP. Hoenn was all growling no tackle. It's an annoying fight, but oh well. Don't take damage. Easy. Lovely. Okay, now we have Pokédex. Second Pokemon. He's just getting all my business from the us. But it's not like your fate's great, you will probably be resting in it. Like, charming words make you go into a Pokemon. Okay. Nickname, this date, email. Nickname is Alyssa. Very nice nickname. Ooh. well save here next to the one. Okay, next you're going to see is back to the multiplayer setup where we will do a trade. Okay, everything's set up. Hopefully. There's a whole lot of jiggery pokery going on with the saves. There's the Mudkip, so I'll take Matty. Want to trade Matty. Trade Janus. Yes, I'm definitely using 2 Game Boy Advances. Okay, all done trading. Let's put Mudkip into the top. Cool. And Alianos. Both here. I'm gonna save this game. And then the next thing you see, should be me back on Sapphire for another starter run. Okay, and we're back for another start. Yep, still my name. I will say it looks vaguely like the game audio's been turned down somehow. I don't know how that would have happened. I don't really feel like troubleshooting it right now. Oh, I know what's happened, maybe. Was I on the wrong layout? Need to be on this layout. Yep, okay, that's it. Well, I hope I remember to switch that every time. One layout is a capture of my screen, the other layout is a capture of the window, and they look the same right now, but obviously the settings are slightly different. One 017. Not that it matters to do anything. Might as well press it at the time. I'm not going to lie about what, and you do have to set the clock. Need to set the text speed fast again. I'm going to keep forgetting that. Need to talk to A first. Zero, then a zero, then a... It's going to be another unskip. Pico kind of getting the short end of the stick for now, but we'll end up getting the number I need of all of them. Give a nickname? Yeah, sure. Male. Name will be Lincoln. Very diplomatic name. Lincoln. Levels. In order. No encounters. This may be the quickest starter run yet. Level 7. I'm not sure I'm being considered whether I heat here or not. But I mean, I might tell. I don't know if going to purchase fills you automatically. Maybe it's been very clear that it does, and that is possible. Pokeballs. Running. Nickname. Having a nickname. Don't have that character. Douse. Okay. Douse. And we'll just save and lady. And the next thing you see will be me with the multiplayer setup loaded again. And we're back. So this is another mudkip. We'll take Mitra. And talk to the women. Woman is one person in two different universes. Choose. Petra. Or what item can I have? A Pekka Berry. Okay for both of us? Four. Let's drop Mud Kit off in the box. Level 7, lower level than I already have, so I'm going to put Lianus in the Marshtomp spot just because it will be less leveling up than Lincoln would be. I know it doesn't really matter, but oh well. I think it's good to do. Save. The next thing you see should be me back with another starter run. Okay, we should be back. Time to do it all over again. Only 1/3 of the way through these. I need to remember to the fast text again. Zero, 30. Okay, the number now is 3. Once we finally get our first Rico. What I could have done from the start, if I really wanted to, I could have save scummed for the female starters and then bred them later. I didn't think about that. And frankly, I'm too stubborn to do it now. How we're doing it, right? That's all there is to it. Okay. Male Trico? Azareno. Nice name. N-A-Z-Z-A-B-O. Quickly heal. Last tile. Nicely done. Level 7. Going to quickly heal. Lovely. I forgot I was meant to be catching it. Name, yes. The name, Hayes. Name. David in front of the woman. 9 might be the best playtime we're gonna get. Okay, next week you should be me back with a multiplayer set. Okay, and we're back. Rico, so we're gonna take Pookie. Okay, Mizuki. Don't do that. Oop. Do that. Put Trico spot. Save game. Cool, we're doing well so far. Next thing you see should be yet another starter run. And we're back. Full disclosure, I'm taking like breaks between each of these. I don't like doing repetitive things. So if you find the time I put into the clock slowly increasing, not quite in line with reality as perceived through this recording, yeah, that's why. Also, I know this is only like the 5th out of the 9 we need to do, but it's already gotten to the point where I'm listening to music in my headphones. Obviously, if you could hear it, I'd get copyright strike, so I'm not gonna add it through. It may mean I talk less, like subconsciously. It might mean I talk louder, although I don't think it is. Option past. It's good to remember that bit. It is now 1. Okay, what's the now? 7. Another mudkip. Yeah, let's give a nickname. A masculine nickname. Yondlach. Yondlach. That's definitely not. Yondlach. No idea. That'll probably be the last time I ever say it. a heal up. Level 6. Level 7. Oh god, that's a spider on my desk. Oh, now it's on my keyboard. Get on this Sphere Pokemon card I have. Oh, it's a jumper. Oh god, like. The can of back there, so I can. Press the key on my. Get it. Oh, so I was trying to find it. I walked out. Oh, why must it? Hold. Need to hide in the keys. I could pause the recording, but where is it? So slamming noise with me trying to slam it out of my keyboard. Oh, there it is. On my keyboard anymore, that's awesome. I think. Oh, it must be a small spider to get in. Oh, and you know what, you're right. That doesn't matter to me though. I just really don't like spiders. You know, I have a fan. Big fan, can I? That's not doing anything to it, not nearly powerful enough. If I knew I'd be dealing with a spider for this long, I would have paused the recording. But, now it's going on. I did to web to the floor right in front. Legs. It's gone. Okay. Didn't close. Okay, OBS minimized at some point. Glad I didn't close it. Okay. One thing's for sure, this is going to be one of the longer starter runs. Masculine name. Names that sound like mine don't seem very masculine right now after that. Oh, sorry. Right, next thing you see should be the trade set. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so this is Mudkip. Pick out Hoenn. Trading or coin for Fiona. Cancel. Or get in. Alianos. Stop because high level. Less training if I do train him up to master. Actually, this. Oh well. Save. All of our mudkips. Okay. Next thing you see should be the start of another starter quest. Right, and we're back. Okay, what's our number? You have to keep in mind we have all the like 4 is Torchic anyways. Got a nickname. Masculine nickname. Ooh. Ooh. We were doing so well for encounter. Seven. Oh. Now nickname Aggie. Hey, hello. Next thing you see could be the trade layout. And we're back. So this is a Torchic, so big Hield, Wurmple. On trading Guild. Buru. Cancel trade. Buru. Both level 7 Torchic. Save the game. Next thing you see should be start of another starter run. And we're back. Okay, what's the number this time? 0, anything 9, already have a mudkip. 0, not anything 8, we already have the mudkips. 2, treat coat. All the way down, however. Yes, nickname. Masculine name. Geralt. 2 bells. Oh, wrong layout. There we are. Our encounter's nice. Last tile. Get the book. PC. I don't remember if we did. Yeah, we did. It all starts to get rest. Very nice. Yep, nickname. Coming in. Nico. Save in front of the trading person. Okay, next thing you see, trading layout. And we're back. Rico, so we're going to come here. Vlastimir? Geralt. Remarkable what tiny taps on the table from me putting stuff down it registers. You hear taps, it's me just putting stuff on the desk. Maybe I should get a freestanding mic. Cancel and oh. Okay, only 2 more to go. Okay, next thing you see should be start of a new starter run. And we're back. We've hit 3 hours of gameplay today. Where we are in the game, that's almost impressive. Fast. 5 doesn't look like a 5. Apparently. I zoned out for a second. Now I'm very tired. Okay, number 4 is Portrait. Not far from. I'm not going to force myself to stop. Chick's name. Masculine. Ondridge. Sick. I'm increasingly nodding off, which isn't a good sign. Oh dear. Level 7. I'm going to turn the music in my ear up a bit. Hopefully this way it's a bit harder for me to nod off. Masculine nickname. Recruiting. The trade fellow. Oh, next thing you see, the trade layout. Okay, and we're back. Right, so it's a raw chick. Chick. Honey. Right. Tiffany? Or Orange? Cancel. Cancel. Final. One more treat. The next thing you see should be the final starter run. And we're back. At this point, I've really streamlined the process. Then maybe a minute, if that, between cuts. And as always, as soon as you perfect the skill, you don't really need it anymore. Isn't that ironic? That was close. I'll have the right name. Fast tech speed. Weird, my headphones just did a weird thing where it seemed to be turned off and turned back on. Let's hope that was nothing and not an indication of issues to come with these headphones. Quite like these headphones. To 20. Don't even need to look at the trainer ID this time. Know what I'm picking. Oh, I'm on the wrong layout again. That's why. Seems quiet. Oops. That's better. I also think the Elgato might be slightly washed out. That's what the other layout is. I may want to take a look at that. Yep. Right. Masculine nickname. But we don't have that character, so retry. Alte. A L E E E no encounters, nice. Ah, couldn't last. That's crit. Final May. Well, for now. Nice. Level 7. Right. Masculine nickname. Accidentally already clicked the generate button. It's Eldad. I'm sure no one's going to accuse me of something. I'm not actually showing the generation that one time. Okay, save in front of the trade fellow. 9 seems to be our floor. Cool, the next thing you see the trade layout. And we're back. I changed the colour space on the Elgato, hopefully that's helped a bit with the colours. It looked like it did. Right, I'm over Wormpool. Okay. Samo. Okay. Both of me. Okay. Cancel. Okay. Deposit. Rico. Oh, that looks nice. Something all perfect. Save. Okay. That will definitely be the end of this episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. As mentioned towards the beginning, before this whole data siphoning business, there's a lot to go. There's a lot to do. Right now, I'm very tired. Can't do any of it right now. But hope you join us for a number of series that will continue over the next 6 months, trying to get everything done that can possibly be done before Bank goes offline. See you hopefully tomorrow for the next episode. Bye.